In any relationship, one of the most powerful signs that someone is genuinely falling for you is how they choose to prioritize you amidst the many demands of life. We all have responsibilities, distractions, and commitments that pull us in different directions, whether it's work, social obligations, or personal goals. However, when a partner values your relationship enough to consistently put it above these external pressures, it shows just how deeply invested they are in you and your future together. If he makes you a priority, even when life gets busy or complicated, it's a clear indication that he sees your connection as something worth nurturing and protecting. It's more than just saying, "I care about you." It's about showing through actions, time, and effort that you are not just an afterthought, but a central part of his life. Prioritizing the relationship doesn't always mean grand gestures. Sometimes it's the small, everyday decisions that reflect how much someone truly cares. So, how can you tell when he's making your relationship his number one priority? Here are some signs that show just how committed he is to being there for you, no matter what life throws your way. 1. He makes time for you, no matter how busy his schedule is. When someone is genuinely falling for you, they will find a way to make time for you, no matter how hectic or demanding their life might be. In today's fast-paced world, where everyone is juggling work, personal commitments, and social obligations, the true measure of how much someone values you is seen in the effort they put into spending quality time with you. If he's constantly prioritizing you despite his busy schedule, it's a sign that you are not just another part of his routine, but a central part of his life. Whether it's a quick phone call during a work break or scheduling a date, even in between a packed week of meetings, he shows you that you matter. Making time for you is never a burden for him. Instead, it's something he looks forward to, something that recharges him. This act of prioritizing can manifest in small, thoughtful gestures. For instance, he might set aside time to catch up after a long day, even if he's exhausted. Or despite a busy work schedule, he will make sure to ask about your day, listen to your stories, and create space for meaningful conversation. Time is one of the most valuable things someone can give, and when he makes time for you, it means he's not just fitting you into his life, but actively creating space for you. This is a clear indicator that you are his number one priority. He values you, and he's willing to make the necessary adjustments in his life to ensure you are a part of it, regardless of what else is going on. 2. He listens attentively to your thoughts, feelings, and needs. One of the clearest signs that he's falling for you is how deeply he listens when you speak. It's not just about hearing the words you say, but about paying attention to the emotions behind them, understanding the nuances, and showing genuine interest in your thoughts and feelings. When someone values you, they don't just wait for their turn to speak. They are fully present in the conversation, focusing entirely on you. He listens with empathy, which means he doesn't just give you surface-level responses. Instead, he reflects on what you're saying, validates your emotions, and offers thoughtful responses. Whether you're excited about a new opportunity, venting about a stressful day, or sharing something deeply personal, he makes sure you feel heard and understood. This kind of attentive listening creates a safe space where you can be vulnerable without fear of judgment. He picks up on the little things, like when you're not saying something directly but you're feeling off, or when you're excited about something and it lights up your face. His ability to listen closely to your needs shows that he cares about your emotional world. More than just listening, he also takes action. He's not only concerned with hearing your feelings and needs, but he also works toward meeting them. If you need support, whether emotionally or physically, he's there. This could be as simple as remembering something important you mentioned and surprising you with it later, or offering a comforting word when you're feeling down. His attentive listening demonstrates that he's not just hearing you, he's truly invested in understanding and fulfilling what matters to you. 3. He remembers the little details about your life. When someone is truly falling for you, they'll pay attention to the smallest details of your life, because they genuinely care about you and want to know everything that makes you who you are. It's not just about remembering your birthday or your favorite color. It's about remembering those little things that others might overlook, but which mean the most to you. He might recall the name of your childhood pet, the book you mentioned loving as a kid, or how you take your coffee just the right way. He remembers your likes and dislikes, your quirks, and your routines, because these things matter to him. It's a sign that he's paying attention, not because he has to, but because he wants to make you feel seen and understood. These small details show that he's invested in you as a person, not just in the relationship. It could be something as simple as remembering how you felt after a tough day at work, or the dream you shared about a trip you'd like to take. He brings it up when the time is right, showing that he hasn't forgotten and that he values your thoughts and experiences. When he recalls these little things, it's his way of letting you know that you're always on his mind. It's his way of showing that he's paying attention and that he's thoughtful, even in the small moments. These tiny gestures of remembering are his way of telling you, without saying a word, that you are important to him and that he's falling deeper for you every day. 4. He goes out of his way to support your dreams and goals. When someone is genuinely falling for you, they'll not only care about your present, but they'll also be invested in your future. If he's going out of his way to support your dreams and goals, it's a clear sign that he sees you as an important part of his life, and he's ready to stand by you through every step of your journey. Whether your dream is career-related, personal, or even something as simple as a hobby, he will show a sincere interest in helping you achieve it. He listens when you talk about your goals, asks meaningful questions, and offers advice when needed. But more than that, he actively looks for ways to help you make progress. For example, he might introduce you to someone in his network who can help further your career, or suggest resources that could help you develop your skills. He might even rearrange his schedule to give you more time to focus on your goals, or take on extra responsibilities to lighten your load. His actions demonstrate that he is committed to seeing you succeed, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to support you. This kind of support isn't just about practical help, it's emotional too. He encourages you when you feel doubt or fear, reminds you of your strengths, and celebrates every victory along the way. His belief in your potential becomes a motivating force that pushes you to keep going, even when challenges arise. When someone goes out of their way to support your dreams, it shows that they believe in you wholeheartedly and want nothing more than to see you thrive. It's a powerful indicator that he's not just falling for you, he's invested in your happiness and success for the long haul. 5. He makes plans with you for the future. When someone is truly falling for you, they don't just live in the present moment, they start to envision a future with you. If he's making plans with you for the future, it's a powerful sign that he's serious about the relationship and sees you as a long-term part of his life. These plans don't always have to be grand, but the fact that he's thinking ahead and including you in his future shows that he values your presence and wants to build something meaningful together. Whether it's something as simple as planning a trip together 6 months from now, or discussing long-term life goals, he's showing that he wants you by his side as things progress. For example, he might talk about the next vacation you could take together, the house you could live in, or even what your lives might look like in a few years. He's including you in his vision of what's to come, not just as a passive participant, but as an active partner. This means he sees you as someone he can build a life with. In addition, he may start to make practical, long-term decisions that take your future into account. He could be thinking about career moves, financial plans, or personal milestones, all while considering how they align with the life he envisions with you. The act of making plans for the future, whether they are big or small, demonstrates his commitment and intention. It means he's not just enjoying the moment, he's investing in the future, and he wants you to be there with him every step of the way. 6. He genuinely cares about your happiness and well-being. When someone is falling for you, their care for your happiness and well-being goes beyond mere words. It's reflected in their actions. If he genuinely cares about how you feel, it's a clear sign that he sees you as more than just a passing part of his life. He's invested in your emotional, physical, and mental well-being, and his actions demonstrate this at every turn. He takes the time to ask how you're doing, not just in a casual way, but with real concern. When you're having a rough day, he's there to listen, offer support, and help lift your spirits. His care is evident in how he remembers the things that matter to you, like checking in when you've had a stressful week, or bringing you your favorite comfort food when you're feeling down. But it's not just about offering support during tough times. He also celebrates your wins and accomplishments. He takes pride in your successes and makes sure you know how proud he is of you. Whether it's a small achievement or a major milestone, he's the first one to cheer you on, and he makes sure you feel appreciated for everything you do. This level of care also extends to your health and physical well-being. He'll encourage you to take time for yourself, get enough rest, and take care of your body. He might suggest ways to improve your diet, share a fitness routine, or simply remind you to slow down when you're burning out. His concern isn't just about how you feel in the moment, it's about making sure you are healthy, happy, and thriving long-term. When someone genuinely cares about your happiness and well-being, it's a clear sign that he's falling for you deeply and is committed to supporting you through both the good times and the challenging ones. 7. He values your opinion and seeks your advice. When someone is falling for you, they don't just listen to your opinions, they value them. If he seeks your advice and genuinely considers your perspective, it's a sign that he not only respects you, but also sees you as someone whose judgment and thoughts are important to him. This level of respect and admiration goes beyond surface-level attraction and shows that he truly values you as an equal partner in the relationship. He might ask for your input on decisions big and small, whether it's something related to his career, personal life, or even everyday choices. If he's considering a new job offer, making an important financial decision, or planning a move, he'll turn to you for guidance, showing that he trusts your judgment and wants your opinion to be part of his thought process. This act of seeking your advice shows that he sees you as a source of wisdom and insight, someone whose opinions he takes seriously. Moreover, he's not just asking to hear what he wants to hear. He genuinely listens to your advice and gives it weight when making decisions. Even if your advice challenges him or asks him to consider things from a different perspective, he respects your point of view enough to incorporate it into his thinking. This behavior demonstrates that he's not just looking for validation, but is open to growth and learning from you. He values your experiences, your perspective on the world, and the way you see things. It's a clear sign that he's not just falling for you physically or emotionally, he's falling for the person you are, and he wants to make sure that your voice is heard in his life. 8. He constantly checks in on you just to see how you're doing. When someone is falling for you, they don't just wait for you to reach out. They make an effort to check in on you regularly, simply to see how you're doing. This isn't about needing something from you, but rather about genuinely caring for your well-being and wanting to make sure you're okay. It's a sign that you're always on his mind and that he's thinking about you even when you're not together. These check-ins are more than just casual texts or quick calls. They're thoughtful gestures that show he values your emotional state and wants to be there for you. Whether it's a simple, "How was your day?" or a deeper inquiry about how you're handling something stressful, he takes the time to connect with you on a personal level. This is not just about the big events in your life, but also the small moments that matter. He asks about the things that matter to you, like your work, your hobbies, or even how you're feeling mentally and emotionally. He might check in when he knows you've had a tough week, or when you're working on something important, offering encouragement and support. His consistency shows that he's not just popping in and out of your life. He's making sure you know that you matter to him every single day. These check-ins show that he cares not only about being with you in the good times, but also about being there for you when you need someone. It's his way of saying, "I'm here for you, and I want to make sure you're happy and healthy." This ongoing concern for your well-being is a powerful sign that he's falling deeper for you and that you're a priority in his life. 9. He makes physical touch a regular part of your interactions. One of the most telling signs that someone is falling for you is how often they incorporate physical touch into your interactions. This doesn't just mean romantic gestures, but a variety of subtle, everyday touches that show affection, care, and connection. If he makes physical touch a regular part of your time together, it's a strong indication that he feels deeply about you and wants to build a stronger bond with you. Physical touch is one of the most intimate ways of expressing emotions. It's a way of showing closeness and a desire to connect on a deeper level. When he touches you, whether it's holding your hand, giving you a gentle hug, or even placing a hand on your back as you talk, it's a way for him to express his feelings without saying a word. These simple, seemingly small acts of affection show that he is comfortable with you and cares about your emotional well-being. His touch is his way of saying, "I'm here with you, and I want to be close to you." It's not just about romantic gestures either. He might touch you in other subtle ways that signify care and comfort. Perhaps he'll place his hand on your arm when you're talking, giving you a reassuring squeeze, or wrap his arm around you when you're sitting together. These physical touches aren't just about desire, they're about creating a sense of security, trust, and connection. He might also brush his fingers against yours or lean in closer during conversations, signaling that he feels drawn to you and wants to be in your personal space. These touches don't just happen when you're alone, they're often present in public too. Whether it's holding your hand while walking down the street, gently touching your shoulder while standing in a crowd, or giving you a quick kiss on the cheek in a casual setting. These moments of physical connection demonstrate his desire to claim you as part of his life. It shows he's proud to be with you, and he wants others to know how important you are to him. Importantly, these touches feel natural and comfortable. They're not forced or awkward, but a seamless part of your interactions. He is attuned to how you react to touch and respects your boundaries, making sure that the affection he shows feels right for you both. If you're feeling stressed or anxious, his hand on your back might provide comfort. If you're happy, his spontaneous hug or kiss might intensify that joy. These small, thoughtful touches are his way of saying, "I'm here for you, no matter what," and creating a connection that's deeper than words can express. In a relationship, physical touch is a vital part of bonding and intimacy. When someone constantly incorporates it into their interactions with you, it's an indication that they are falling for you in a real, tangible way. It's not just about attraction, it's about feeling connected to you emotionally and physically. It's his way of letting you know that he values your presence and wants to be close to you in every way. His gestures of affection, big or small, create a sense of closeness and warmth, and these moments are what help build a deeper and more lasting connection. 10. He defends you and stands by your side when needed. One of the clearest signs that someone is truly falling for you is how they defend and protect you, especially when you're facing challenges or criticism. If he consistently stands by your side, supports you in difficult situations, and defends you when others challenge or undermine you, it shows that he cares deeply for you and is committed to protecting both your emotional well-being and your reputation. When someone is falling for you, they don't just support you in private, they'll also stand up for you in public, regardless of the situation. Whether it's a disagreement with a friend, a tough conversation with a family member, or a challenge at work, he's the person who will make sure your side is heard and will stand up for you if necessary. He'll take your feelings and concerns seriously and won't hesitate to intervene if he sees you being treated unfairly or disrespected. For example, if someone makes a hurtful comment about you or misrepresents something you've said, he's the first to step in and correct them, making it clear that he won't let anyone undermine you. This doesn't always mean a confrontation. It could simply be him offering a calm, measured response that defends your point of view, or speaking up for you in a way that shows his loyalty. His actions make it clear that he values and respects you and isn't afraid to show it. This act of defending you goes beyond just protecting you from external threats or criticism. It also means being there emotionally when you need it most, If you're feeling down or vulnerable, he won't leave you to deal with it alone. Instead, he'll be your rock, offering comfort, encouragement, and reassurance. He'll stand by your side, helping you navigate difficult emotions or situations, ensuring you feel supported no matter what challenges you face. Moreover, defending you doesn't just happen during tense moments. He shows his support consistently, even in the small, everyday interactions. He'll praise you in front of others, speak highly of you to his friends and family, and make sure they understand what you mean to him. This kind of defense is not about confrontation. It's about showing that you're a priority in his life and that he's committed to honoring and respecting you. When someone defends you in this way, it's a powerful sign that they are falling for you in a deep and meaningful way. It shows that they are not just interested in being with you during the good times, but are also willing to fight for you and stand by your side when things get tough. This kind of support is crucial in building trust and strengthening the bond between two people. A partner who defends you shows that they have your back, whether it's standing up for you in public or supporting you privately through personal struggles. This act of loyalty and protection is not just about defending your honor. It's about showing that they're in it for the long haul and are ready to face life's challenges with you, side by side. 11. He opens up emotionally and shares his vulnerabilities with you. When someone is falling for you, one of the most powerful signs is their willingness to open up emotionally and share their vulnerabilities with you. While many people can be guarded about their feelings and emotions, if he trusts you enough to let down his walls and reveal the more vulnerable parts of himself, it's a clear indication of how deeply he cares about you and how much he values your connection. Emotional vulnerability is not something that's easily given. It takes a certain level of trust and comfort to share the things that might make us feel exposed or insecure. If he's able to share his fears, past hurts, insecurities, and even his dreams with you, it means he's allowing you into a part of his world that he may not let others see. This is a sign that he feels safe with you, and that he sees you not only as a romantic partner, but also as someone who can provide emotional support, understanding, and acceptance. When he opens up about his past, whether it's childhood experiences, past relationships, or personal struggles, it reveals that he's not afraid to be vulnerable in front of you. He trusts you enough to show his imperfections and weaknesses, knowing that you won't judge him but instead offer empathy and compassion. This is an important step in building emotional intimacy and deepening your connection with each other. For example, if he talks about moments where he felt insecure or times when he didn't meet his own expectations, it's a sign that he's comfortable with being imperfect around you. It's also a sign that he sees you as someone who will accept him for who he truly is, not just the version of himself that he projects to the world. Sharing these vulnerabilities also helps him heal and grow, and it shows that he's willing to take the risk of being open with you because he values the relationship. Moreover, when he shares his emotional struggles or insecurities, it's not just about unloading his feelings onto you. It's a way for him to invite you into his world. He's letting you know that he trusts you to support him and that he values your presence in his life. This could be anything from sharing how he's been feeling stressed or anxious about work, to talking about personal doubts or the challenges he faces in achieving his goals. These are moments where he's revealing the raw, unpolished parts of himself that he might not share with others. When someone opens up emotionally, it's not a one-time occurrence. It happens regularly as part of a deeper and more sustained emotional connection. He feels safe in expressing his fears, hopes, and desires, knowing that you're there to listen, understand, and offer your support. In a healthy relationship, this exchange of vulnerability is mutual, and over time, it creates a deeper bond built on trust, emotional security, and love. His willingness to be emotionally open with you is a clear sign that he is falling for you, and that he sees you as someone he can trust with his heart. It shows that he is not only interested in being with you physically or emotionally, but also in sharing his most authentic self. This type of openness strengthens the foundation of your relationship and deepens the emotional connection you share, paving the way for a more intimate, loving, and enduring partnership. 12. He prioritizes your relationship over other distractions and commitments. When someone is falling for you, one of the most telling signs is how they prioritize your relationship, even amidst the busyness of life. If he makes a conscious effort to put your relationship above other distractions, commitments, and obligations, it's a clear indication that you are not just another part of his life, but rather a central, irreplaceable part of his world. Life is full of demands: work, social obligations, family responsibilities, and personal pursuits. But when he consistently makes time for you and ensures that you feel valued, loved, and important, even in the face of these distractions, it speaks volumes about his feelings for you. He understands that maintaining a healthy, strong relationship requires attention, effort, and time. If he's willing to put those things aside to spend quality time with you or prioritize your needs, it shows that he is truly committed to building something meaningful together. For example, if he cancels plans with friends or adjusts his work schedule to be there for you when you need him, it's a clear sign that he sees your relationship as a top priority. He doesn't just promise to be there for you, but follows through on those promises with his actions. Whether it's attending an important event in your life, helping you with a personal matter, or simply choosing to spend the evening with you instead of going out with others, these sacrifices demonstrate that he values your connection above all else. Even more telling is how he handles moments when there are competing commitments. In a world full of distractions, social media, work pressures, personal hobbies, his focus on you during these moments reveals how much he cares. When he actively decides to put down his phone or turn off the TV to have a real conversation with you, it's a sign that he's choosing quality time with you over fleeting distractions. He's aware of how easy it can be to get caught up in external pressures, but he deliberately chooses to nurture and protect your relationship. What's even more significant is that he doesn't just prioritize your relationship when it's easy. He makes you a priority during stressful or challenging times too. If he's juggling multiple responsibilities but still manages to check in on you, support you, and ensure your needs are met, it shows that he's not just focused on his own life and ambitions, but is also genuinely invested in your shared future. This kind of prioritization is also reflected in his long-term vision for the relationship. If he talks about plans for the future, whether it's vacations, milestones, or shared goals, it shows that he's thinking beyond the present moment and is making decisions with you in mind. He sees your relationship as something worth investing in for the long haul, and he's willing to adjust his life around it rather than seeing you as a side note or secondary consideration. Ultimately, when someone prioritizes your relationship over other commitments, it's a clear sign of their emotional investment. It means they're not just in the relationship for convenience or fun. They're in it because they value what you share, and they're willing to make sacrifices to nurture that bond. By consistently choosing to put you first, even when life gets hectic, he's showing that you're a priority in his heart, and that he's committed to building a lasting, meaningful partnership with you.